Alright folks, welcome to another Modern stream. Today we're going to be trying out this list that won the Modern Challenge this past weekend. It's a Reclaimer list with Dryad as well as Scapeshift and tying it all together, Bring to Light. So we're going to see how this bad boy works out through a league. We have, of course, a couple of Cleansing Wildfires to go alongside the Flagstones, so that's like an extra little bit of redundancies, like basically an Explore. We have 4 copies of Remand, which I expect to be absolutely awful and embarrassing, and I'm going to be signing them out in most matches. But they were here in the list, so I'm going to be playing them. Also, we're playing 4 Valakut, which I think is one too many. And with the mana requirements for this deck, I would expect that between the 4 Valakut and the 4 Flagstones, the mana is going to be terrible. So I'm thinking that after a league, I'm going to be cutting one of these Valakuts. Yeah, like overall the deck is super sweet. It's basically you're using Bring to Light to kind of, you can go for a Verdict, you can get an Omnath, you can do an instant speed with Refair, you can even go get Valky. And by Valky, of course, I Melty Vault. And you, of course, have access to like an instant win condition with Scapeshift. So we're going to see how this works out. We're also playing a couple of new cards in Vanishing Verse and Rip Apart. And the rest of the sideboard is a couple of more Egos, Veil of Summer, Gaia's Blessing against Mill, Anger of the Gods, Magic of Experiment plus Inferion, and Sigarda that I literally have no idea what we're playing. I don't know. I have no idea why we're playing 2 copies. 2 full copies of Sigarda, Host of Herons. Yeah. Hopefully you were enjoying it. And if you do, then of course make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And yeah, leave me a message as well in the comments. So yeah, let's see you for round number 1. All right, here we are for round number 1. Ugh. Probably keeping this hand anyway. I think I'm gonna go turn 1 Flagstones, turn 2 Flagstones, because that allows me to find the green source. Wait, does it? I assume that it does. I'm definitely gonna need to go back to this a couple of times. Wow, we don't have a green source. Whoops. Oh no, we can get Temple Garden. Never mind. We're fine. We are fine. Yeah, this is the delayed twin. Temple Garden. Heliod? Well. Well, this hand is not working out. How does this deck beat Heliod? Yeah, this is not looking good so far. Maybe I should have shipped this hand. The mana was just too awkward. But like the mana of this deck is going to be awkward by design. 1, 2, 6, 10, 13, 14. So 14 green sources, but 3 of those, like only 11 untapped. Yeah, this mana base is not gonna get there. Flagstones número 3. Kitchen table format. We can't cast Omnath. We can't cast a fairy though. This deck is a disaster. Let's get Savai Triumph, I guess. We can't get a second green source, so let's just get the Triumph. Red, green, blue, white. So at least we do get to play Omnath next turn. I mean, we're still digging towards Omnath, but like this deck has no real way of like drawing cards and stuff. So I guess that we can Omnath into fetch land, and we can be in okay shape. Like this card is absurd like that. I guess even another Flagstones would do it. But we, like, this deck doesn't play Ren or anything like that, so it's not like we can get back our lands in order to guarantee that we're hitting our land drops. We have to actually draw 7 cards and in order to find the 7 lands so we can scape shift. Though I guess with a Dryad in play, we only need 6 lands to scape shift, which is pretty cool. Yeah, no, I guess that, I mean, we can draw, if we draw fetch land plus fetch land, I think we win. Or like land plus fetch. And my opponent does not kill my Dryad. Like, they need to kill my Dryad here. Okay, so if we draw land into land, then we will have lethal of the Dryad. Land? Yes, okay, so... Oh, I guess that Dryad fixes our mana. Blue, red. So if we find the land here, we actually just win, which is hilarious. Ha! That's amazing. Well, everything that I just said, erase. Deck's great. Deck is perfect, can't ever lose. It's absolutely busted. No such thing as mana issues. Well, that was something. I imagine we want these. I imagine we want these. Imagine we don't want these. We don't want that one either. Vanishing Verse does kill Heliod, which is pretty sick. Let's go with something like that and see what's up. Is Teferi worth it? I don't think it's very good, no. But that's why I'm shaving 1. It's just Remand it's so bad. It's just such a bad card right now in the format. Is Teferi worth it in general? I don't know. I am 1 game into this deck. That's it. That's all I know. Wildfire seems sus as well. I don't even know anymore. Before we go, I need to play this. I'll play it after the match is done, so it's not on the YouTube recording steps. Remand is good? No, I disagree. I disagree. Most of the decks in the current modern format, they play around Remand by getting onto the board quickly. And it's really, really tough to have the time to actually just spin your wheels and hold up Remand. Like, you need to be interactive with their board, otherwise you're just dead. Am I killing this right here? I think I'm gonna go Stomping Ground and kill this. I know that I have the Anger of the Gods in hand, but I just don't want my opponent to be able to get ahead of me here. That's pretty good against my Anger plan. Well, that's interesting. So we're gonna get White Triumph here. play Heliod. That really sucks. Being on the draw sucks, man. So I guess I have to name Spike Feeder to not get comboed out. Just Sky Triumph. Let's take a little look here. All of them are marked, right? Yeah, all of them are marked. Cannot win against Infinite Life with T-Bolt. Yeah, but like, what else am I doing? Right? And we were super rewarded by my play because my opponent did not find an answer. And now we have the option, like, they have an apparition, I guess? How many apparitions they have? They have all 4 apparitions. They have 2 ballistas, 4 ranger captains, 3 conclave mentors, 3 Heliods. They honestly don't have that many hits of Collected Company. So if I anger, my opponent just cracks the Forge Tender. That's still probably my best line, because I can't really deal with the Forge Tender anyway. Yep. So green, black. Oh no, black doesn't count. So I guess I have to play Flagstones here actually, so I can cast Omnath next turn. But now the companies are a lot less scary because they don't just straight up. They cannot just gain infinite life straight up. And also the likelihood of this whiffing, like already they have like 24 hits total. And a bunch of those are pretty bad because they're Arrow Elf and Noble Hierarch. And now that they don't have Spike Feeders at all, then like the collected companies are that much worse. Yep. I'm not surprised that they just didn't find anything of value there. So let's go Omnath here. Hope to find a fetch. No fetch. We're extremely unlucky. But now if my opponent uses the apparition to kill my Omnath, then we get to go Dryad plus Reclaimer next turn. And if we find a land, we get to kill one of their dudes, which is also not bad. Qué quilombo.
¿Ves?
Wow.
¿Te quieres salvar ahora o te...?
Que entro en panazo.
¿O prefieres que te tuestes antes?
Ah, eso es lo que mandó mi vieja. Ah, ok.
¿No ves? Te estoy buscando.
Sí, por eso. Estaba esperando como, para, ¿cómo sabe? Ahí voy.
¿Bajas?
Sí, ahí abajo no se puede. Y me agarro. Dry plus Silver is a good line too. Yeah, Sergio, but if I go with this line, then I am opening... Like, if I find a fetch land, we get to play Omnath plus Dryad plus Reclaimer. We get to play everything. So the upside is that much higher. Also, my opponent tapped their Canopy for no reason, where they could have just tapped the Temple Garden. So their hand is Company, Apparition, and one unknown. Dryad plus Cliff, is this lethal with the Flagstones, or do I miss something? I mean, we can't do an extreme, but the turn after if we... No, that's just not how Flagstone stacks. My opponent's going for the Laxac. Wow. That is very greedy. And they were rewarded? There's no such thing as justice. Justice doesn't exist. They have 7 hits. They have 10 hits total in the rest of the deck. They have 10 hits total. And they found their 2 best possible finds in the top 6. Chow says happy birthday. That's awesome. Tell Chow I say hi. No, there's no Vasila in the deck. Okay, so they attack, but this can't give itself. Yeah, it says another target creature gains lifelink, so looking for a land here. Oh, come on. Fetch land. Fetch land, please. Fetch land, please, because that doesn't matter at all. Never lucky. 1, 2, 3. Dryad. I mean, we need a fetch land because now the Conclave means that the Ballista comes into play with 2 counters. And they can just activate 1. So if we had found fetch lands, we could kill the Arbor and the Conclave Mentor. I can't believe my opponent lock-sacked into the perfects. Because the... Oh, you mean... Okay. Yeah, no. So, because the last... So, all of the lands get sacked, and then the Flagstone trigger goes on the stack, so... Nice. Although I guess that now they can attack for lethal and force me to chump. But if I find the land, I can kill them with Scape Shift. Hey Blazed, thank you for the cheer. Okay. Okay, land off the top. Land off the top. And we can Scape Shift them. This Reclaimer needs to chump block. And I'm very happy with how I shocked there, because I guess my opponent is thinking, oh, they have removal for the Ballista. But in reality, there's just nothing that we can do. Or maybe they're thinking I have removal for the Heliod or whatever. Well, we can't take it because we know that my opponent has a Ballista, and Ballista is coming down with 1 counter, with 2 counters, so we have to chump there. Can you kill them either because of Flaxus? No. The Valakut triggers all go on the... So, all of the lands entering the battlefield go on the stack, and then the Flagstones triggers happens. I have to sack all the lands and get all the lands from the Scape Shift resolved, and then I get the land. So, if I don't draw a land, I get 1 trigger of Valakut. So we need to find the land. If we find the land, we win the game. If we find the land, we win the game. But okay, sweet. And I think we have exactly enough lands to win the game, which is even more epic. So, escape shift. One, two, 1, 2, 3 mountains. Got him! John coming in right at the nick of time with those gifted subs. Thank you so much, John. Thanks for the happy birthdays. Really appreciate it. Mackenzie, Wake, WKDNKNT, Gorkis Borkis, Lord Pinion, Simo, CR1. Welcome all of you to the Primetime Stronghold. And also, just winning the match. Nice and easy. See you for the next round. Hello, welcome to this birthday stream, and as such, it goes with some extra bonus mukbang content. Am I keeping this hand? Can I keep this hand? There's no way I can keep this hand, right? This one seems better. Bottom wildfire immediately. See your opponent on Ursus Tower. Can't go wrong. Luckily, my opponent only has a Matter Reshaper. I'm totally about to lose to Cavern of Souls though, right? It's totally happening. Hey, comrade Spicy, thank you. I really want to activate Reclaimer this turn. But I don't want to play 2 Reclaimers because of Blast Zone. Smasher? Okay. So that probably tells me that they have another Smasher, right? It's either that or... We're not in good shape here, though. We're gonna do the Flagstone Streak, so all of my Reclaimers are 3/4. Felicidades, Fran, desde España. Espero que te hayan regalado algo muy chulo y lo pases genial. Gracias, Otsenre. Muchas gracias. Scavenging Grounds. Oddly relevant, actually. They're probably going to take Bring to Light here, I would imagine. Oh, yeah, thank you all for the birthday wishes. Yeah, my opponent is smart. They're leaving up scavenger grounds. Banish Inverse great against Eldrazi Tron. No, it's not. It's a joke, chat. It's a joke. You get it? Is this a matchup for Jegantha? Probably. Yeah, there's no Ghost Quarter. I don't think this deck can really afford to play Ghost Quarter. Like, you have pretty steep mana requirements. Yeah, pretty steep mana requirements, so it's rough. What are these hands? It's gonna be the Temple Garden, I think. I'm gonna play a Mount, I'm gonna sack it, I'm gonna try to get the engine going. No Dismember, please. Damn it. Never such a thing as an opponent not having it. That was an okay top deck though. So now I want to find the flagstones now, okay? All right, flagstones of the top. Let's go. Let's go. Expedition map. You can't have another Dismember. God damn it. I'm gonna rip apart that expedition map, I guess. Matter Reshaper. You cannot have. Okay, that's fine. You cannot have another Dismember. I will not accept my opponent having another Dismember here. Oh, come on! God damn it. Frustrating. Frustrating. How do we have no cards? We have no cards. My opponent has 2. We have the same amount of lands, but my opponent has... They have a Thought-Knot Seer and a Matter Reshaper. And still 2 cards in hand. All this dust. Oh, Walking Ballista. It's just as bad. Come on, man. Why are they doing this right now? Alright, Omnath off the top. Omnath off the top. Bring to light off the top. I think I'm holding back to block. Bring to light off the top. I don't think I want my opponent drawing a card. And this is also bad against like Spatial Contortion or stuff like that. They have another Ballista. Okay, so now I have 0 outs. Because with the Dryad dead, Bring to Light just doesn't do anything. I can't. No, I guess I'm fine. Yeah, we BTL for Madcap. Blue, red, green. We could also do Verdict. Verdict gives me one more draw step. The issue with going for the Madcap package is that my opponent can start suiting up the Ballista. So what gives me more time? What buys me more turns? Madcap package or Supreme Verdict? It has to be the Madcap package because... Yeah, because the issue with Verdict is that I die to Smasher. I die to Reality Smasher, so... Yeah, we actually lose to Reality Smasher, so I can't really do that. I attack. Opponent triple blocks. I guess I can double block and ping, which I guess it's also fine because it draws me a card. And I guess I'm still dead to Smasher. But I get the draw. And if they block like that, that's just good for me. So with any land, my opponent gets to put 3 counters on this. So I think I want a Verdict. I guess I want a Verdict before I do anything. That way my opponent cannot ping me for 5 with the Ballista. Because my life total can't change. Yeah, I have to Verdict now. Blue, white, white, and red. I have to Verdict now because I cannot give my opponent the option of using the Ballista. We draw a card, they draw a card. Hey Colby, how's it going? I feel like we're so behind on cards. How did we get so behind on cards? What happened? How are we so behind on cards? Oh, that was a mistake, actually. I should have played the Flagstones, because the Flagstones allows me to get Savai Triumph. So if I draw... Oh, they have tickets. Never mind. I was trying to see if I could hardcast the Bolt if I drew it, but I can't. And of course they had Smasher. Scape Shit for the win. Oh, they have tickets. Never mind. Scape Shift doesn't do anything. Brutal. I feel like I drew infinite blanks there. Anyway, see you for the next round. Alright, round number 3. Currently 1-1. I think I'm mulligan last game. Last match. Jeez. I mean, it's not like I'm playing 31 lands, right? Empanadas in Colombia también. Yep. They're called empanadas in Mexico, I think, as well. They're tasty. They're very good. I'm shipping both of these. The Verdict and the Wildfire. And we have exactly 1 turn to find a land, preferably Flagstones. And if we don't, we're gonna lose fairly quickly. Watery Grave. Huh. Land. Lose the game. I'm gonna find out what my opponent's playing though before I concede, but I don't think we're gonna be able to win anymore. This deck just cannot afford to miss land drops. Basically, a miss land drop on turn 2 is just a death sentence. Doing some Pachos now. I don't know what Pachos are. Gigante do Sul. Is that, I'm assuming that's in Brazil? Land, please. Flagstones, 1 time. Hell yeah. Alright. Never mind, we're in this game. They need to kill this Reclaimer now. They're going to lose to the Reclaimer if they don't kill it. And even though I wish I could remand something, I don't think we're gonna be able to. Also, remand sucks, so. No, we have to get our value here. So we're gonna do a Rogaine Triumph. And then, so I guess that we have Flagstones. We have Cleansing Wildfire in the deck, so I'm gonna get Flagstones. Also, it makes potential future Reclaimers better. When Frank calls run. Yeah, sounds about right. South State of Brazil. Beautiful. Really hoping I get to go to Brazil someday. I'm probably going to. Gotta practice my Portuguese. Gotta practice my Portuguese. Can you please step out for something, opponent? Step out for something. Anything, really. I'm not too picky about that. It's not looking very good. Yep. It's not looking very good at all. So it's just Esper control, it looks like. Cryptic. Opponent really struggled to cast that Cryptic. Oh wow, they don't have a counter? Looking for force? Well, that's insane. Well, I'm definitely drawing a card here. Now we can get Valky? Are we gonna win this game? It's kind of insane if we win this game, honestly. My opponent just had nothing? So they had nothing, but they were going for the discard 2 mode on the Esper Charm. That's just so bad. If you're going for the discard 2, it's because you have it rolled up. When I have 4 cards in hand, like why would you go for the discard 2? Well, I was not expecting to win that game. I was not expecting to win that one, I'll tell you as much. I just don't get this card. This card makes no sense to me. And like, there's 2 copies, right? Like, so clearly there's a strong commitment. Like, we won this card apparently, and I just cannot figure out why or what for. I have no idea. I did not think I was gonna win that. Yeah, like it's good against Gaya's Guile, it's good against freaking Eldrazi Tron, it's good against like Liliana of the Veil. But you know, is it really like 2 copies worth? You know? That's the thing that I just cannot wrap my head around. 2 copies of this card in a Bring to Light deck is a very strong statement, because the second copy has such bad diminishing returns. The first copy is a lot better than the second one because of the Bring to Light. It's pretty versatile. Is it though? Like it's not. It doesn't say that it can't be countered. So like your opponent can just counter this. Once it's in play, they can't touch it unless they damnation, and they probably should not have damnation against us. So, like once it resolves, it's untouchable. But yeah, I'm still like. Also, you can only have 1 copy at the same time because it's legendary. Like if we accept the first copy, like the first copy being fine, like the second copy is just awful. Like it's so bad. The second copy has the potential of being a straight up blank. I'm gonna ride this Veil of Summer to victory, I think. Also a Creeping Tar Pit. Let's fucking go. Happy whatever day of the week it is. Hey Andrea, how's it going? It's my birthday, dude, so it's the best day of the week. The absolute best day of the week. Definitely Veiling here. Okay. Get a nice little 2-for-1 for our troubles. Not too bad. What are you, 25 or something? Oh, you're too kind, Primetime Trigger. What's up, Dinorca? Thank you for the bits. Not sure if this gets you a beer where you live, but maybe it gets you part of a beer. I will take part of a beer. I would happily take part of a beer. No third land? Yikes. Well, here's a Dryad. I'm gonna counter. Do you want to kill it? What do you want to do? I'm 21 who will drink the beer. Yeah. Yes, the first ever beer. Never again had a beer. And I totally never drank a beer before I was 21. Definitely never drank a beer before I was 21. I can tell you as much. Proud to buy my first beer. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dinorca. I appreciate it. Funny how Reclaimer is much better than Dryad here. Valkikut. How did I not think of that name? That is awesome. Valkikut. That is amazing. I just straight up resolved, didn't it, huh? Oh, we have a Dryad. Whoops. Very happy that I'm smart enough to have minus there. Although I guess it's correct for me to not play this, actually. Oh. Sup. I guess they're playing Esper Charm, so because they're playing Esper Charm, I'm just going to play this like so. Remember when we didn't know what Jegantha was for? I think we have figured it out. And this is the second copy, because this is the Ultimate Masters or whatever this set is one. So this is the second copy. So clearly, that's why. I think I'm just gonna jam a Valky here for value. Snapcaster. Sure. So they're gonna chump and then push the Dryad. Then we T-Vault. That's not how you wanted to sequence that opponent. Not that it really matters, right? Not that it really matters at all, but... That was cool. See you for the next round. Round number 4. We are ready. We are ready here. Playing against Jegantha. I think last time I played against this player, they were playing the mono red prowess deck. Cookie Snow also subscribing for the 10 months in a row. Keeping Titan alive. Would love to see you play Legacy Lands. Okay, I can do Legacy Lands. I can do Legacy Lands. Honestly, I was expecting to play some Legacy this week, but then I realized that it's the Mana Traders thing is just over. That's a Swift Spear. I think I care about this Reclaimer surviving. So I'm just not going to block. I could have blocked the Swift Spear. But I think the ramping is going to be more important here. I'm going to bolt the Reclaimer now. Heads up from my opponent, they know what's up. They've played against Elvish Reclaimer before. They knew that I was able to make the Reclaimer into a 3-4. Heads up play there. Explodia coming back with the Prime Sub for 4 months in a row. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Happy to have everybody here hanging out today. So red, green, yes. So I think we're gonna do this. I'm gonna kill Swift Spear right now, and then I'm gonna play another Reclaimer. And if my opponent wants to kill the Reclaimer, that's fine, because that probably taps them out of Skullcrack for the Somnath. And then Omnath just wins. So Reclaimer is a little bit of bait here. Excuse me, what? How's that blood moon working out for you, opponent over there? How's that blood moon working out for you, huh? This is so bad. Like, this is so awfully bad. That's heinous. That's so bad. I can't get over how bad that is. That's insane. How are you playing Blood Moon in a burn deck? What the hell? That's horrible. It's horrible, chat. Don't do that. Don't do that, chat. It's really, really bad. Oh, that's right, no Serum Blazes. Sure. Initiate corner turning phase. Killed on more orders, man. Wow. Well, that sure is something. Killed on more orders. Then we just get Valky here, right? Like we just get T-Bolt. Yep. Which is this. T-Bolt. Thank you. I mean, this card was legit at some point. At 5 damage off of a single card is a lot. This card at one point was pretty legit. Let's say that it hasn't really aged that well. Just play a Chumper. Sounds good. At this point, I don't care about my colors of mana. I have a T-Bolt in play, so if my opponent wants to use a removal spell to kill my Dryad, sweet. That's a removal spell that doesn't go to my Omnath. Yeah, we're done here. I don't know when my opponent's still playing. Game 4. Thank you. Blue, green. Oh, I guess that we don't have a Dryad anymore, but like we still have enough to bring to light for a Dryad, so let's do that. Fixed mana. Whee! Also mismatching mountains from OP. Tisk, opponent. Tisk. I wonder what are the upsides. I wonder what are the upsides. Like, what could make somebody like I'm assuming my opponent clearly is no slouch, right? Like they played very well in terms of how their sequences stuff, which times they chose to do the stuff that they did. Like clearly there's no slouch. I'm not talking about my opponent's ability, right? I'm not talking about their skill. I'm just talking about what is the point? What is the upside of playing a version of Burn like this, as opposed to just playing a good version of Burn? That is what I would like to know. Yeah, they could just be trying out stuff, that's for sure. That is for sure. Also, just realized we have no answers to Blood Moon. Though, like, obviously we can beat it like we just did. Like, it's not the end of the world, but... I guess the Wildfire fixes our money. Yeah, I should have left the Wildfire there. Dono deck. That would be a pretty good explanation. My opponent says they don't understand why I played a Planeswalker if it costs 7. Yeah, that's basically what I'm explaining to them. It's just like, trust me, it's fine. that's what I should be just telling them. Just like, don't worry, it's fine. It's okay. Having drawn a second Rip Apart, I think I'm gonna use the first one to kill the Swift Sphere. Also, if we get mooned, this allows me to, you know, wipe the board a little bit later. Also with this thing, how are they ever making it to 5 mana to cast this thing? I don't know, I just don't understand. Nothing about what my opponent is doing over there makes any sense to me. Also, it doesn't make any sense that we just have no way to beat this Bloodmoon now. Basic Forest. Well, I'm gonna cycle this. I'm gonna try to find the Basic Forest. That's what we're gonna do. Clearly my opponent is really valuing this Blood Moon. Wow. My opponent's playing all the heavy hitters. Yeah, I guess basic planes also works, you're right. There's a basic plane and a basic forest. Those are the cards that we're drawing towards right now. We do get to sweep there at least. Are we about to lose to this Jegantha? Can you imagine if we were losing to this Jegantha? So Flagstones, that doesn't do anything. Skullcrack. Okay, so as I was saying, Wildfire is actually good. Vanishing Verse also exiles Blood Moon, which is interesting. But we don't have basic Swamp. Oh, I guess Madcap Experiment would have also won. It's funny. Maybe I should have just cut in the Escape Shift straight up. Just have to find lands. The most obvious line evolved of all time, but it is what it is. Yeah, the mana base is just bad. Which is what I said at the beginning of the video. Like, I don't think that we can play 4 Valakuts in this deck. I also don't know why we would need 4 Valakuts. I guess you want to maximize the chances that you draw it with Dryad? But that's really about it. Like, it's just bad. Maybe the biggest reason to play Jegantha is to make opponents put them on Tron. It's pretty strong bluff. Quite the strong bluff. Trying to buy the max amount of time possible, so I'm not taking any free damage. Firebolt, jeez, in that sense. Okay, my opponent's finally back, and they suspend the Red Ball, which is exactly what I said that they were gonna do. Don't get me wrong, the arena economy is the most degenerate, disgusting, and just straight up embarrassing cash grab that exists, period. Like, it's incredibly bad, and it's probably like the worst economy out of every game ever, basically. But my goal with Arena is to never spend $1. I've never spent money, but I also don't play in Arena. I don't play competitively, so there's no reason. Nothing rushes me to have a collection, basically. And I'm killing the guy there because my opponent's missing land drops, and this actually can allow them to use more mana. This is brutal. The UI doesn't feel like MTG. I am very, very annoyed by the animations. I think the animations are just like lackluster and just like straight up cheesy and like just annoying. Just they bother me. Like they just annoy me a lot. But it's, as far as drafting goes, it's fine. And again, it's basically free. I still would rather draft an MTGO, honestly. But drafting an MTGO, if you don't actually win, like, you need to go 3-0. And it's probably tougher to go 3-0 in MTGO than it is to go 3-0 in Arena. This mana base is horrendous. This mana base is so bad, it's incredible. It's incredible how bad this mana base is. We obviously also got very unlucky, right? Like it's turn 5, and out of our 30 lands, we only managed to see 3, and they are probably like the 3 worst lands that we could have seen. But even still, like it's like the mana base is just very, very poor anyway. Now we're gonna get Blood Moon. Or maybe we're just dead. We got a 1. Also, all this time, my opponent, instead of having Firebolt and like Wayward Guide Beast and Forked Bolt in their deck, if they had real cards instead of these nonsense, they would have won the game a long time ago. But really, really sad that it had to end this way. See you for the last round. All right, last round. This is technically a turn 4 kill. Now I see all the basic lands, you know? Just clearly I'm getting confused. This is 1 land away from being a turn 3 kill. Turn 4 kill, sorry. I imagine this is like the red white prowess deck. It could be burn. It could definitely also be burn. It is burn. Burn is just bad prowess. I mean, I think burn is good. I wouldn't say that it's bad prowess. It's definitely a different version of prowess. They don't have a Searing Blaze because they would have held on to the fetch, I would imagine. Main deck Skullcrack. Bolt. So we can't die from here. Now the question is my opponent gonna kill the Dryad? They are not gonna kill the Dryad. Cool. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Valakut, 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 Flagstones, and like Triumph or whatever. Save targets. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, opponent. I appreciate it. Okay, so burn. Madcap Empyrean, I like. Inger, I like. Rip Apart, I like. Remand, I know like. And Verdict, I don't like either. Am I supposed to just keep Bujugi Bog? Wildfire also sounds pretty bad in this matchup. The problem is Vanishing Burst feels like it's gonna be such a painful removal spell. Even Rip Apart is pretty painful. Did I know that Primeval Titan is an A+A combo? Primeval Titan plus having lands? Is that the combo? We do have Splinter Twin here. Yes! 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 That's like the best draw step. That is amazing. We're looking really good here. Everybody is a good card, big fan of that one. I don't think it's that great. I don't think there are that many enchantments that you want to kill, which makes things a little bit awkward. Sorcerer Speed is a huge cost. Excellent draw. We're looking good here, chat. Our mana is cooperating. We have a bunch of powerful spells that we can play if we want to. On the plus side, my opponent just cycled a Sunbaked Canyon, so that's cool. It's a lot of dudes. I'm over this game. Let's just move to the next one. There's definitely something here. Like, I do like this deck. I feel like out of all the Reclaimer shells that I have played so far, since they've been in a Field of the Dead, this is the one that has been the most... The one that I'm looking at and I'm like, okay, yeah, they're actually maybe something here, you know? This is the first one that gives me that impression. Like, this feels better than the green-white deck, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Tron Swift Spear is strong. Alongside Mishra's Bubble is stronger. Double Bubble. Quite good. It's quite good. Bolt would be a great draw. Rip Apart. I'll take it. And I play the Flagstones there because it gives me the option next turn, whether I want to shock or not. Like if I find a basic forest, for example, I can go dry it into Foundry. It's probably going to be better. Seal of Fire. Top land. Yeah, I don't think I can. I don't think I can time walk myself here. So we're gonna be doing this turn, which is awful. And then hopefully we draw another land, and then we can Dryad into Bring to Light. Okay, there's a Heath. Hey Shana, thank you. Just not sure we're gonna have enough time though. Are you gonna let me plus on the ferry? That's probably not a good idea. Land? Gracias. I can't grow Reclaimer anyway, so I'm just going to gonna do this. They go face. So if they, oh, there's a Teferi in play. Awesome. Well, I guess that they just want to bold the Dryad, which is fine. Like, that's 3 damage that I'm not taking. That's a Platinum Empyrean. Some Platinum Empyrean mana right there, that's what that is. Probably get a basic forest here. It's blue, green. Yeah. What's up? My opponent says second time this has happened to me today. That's funny. Alright, I like this deck. I like this deck a fair amount. It's got these. Let's probably cut Bojuki Bog too. Another one of those. And just a couple of fetchlands instead. I really don't like the Remains and the Wildfires. I think both of these are pretty awful. But I think I would like to make, like, this is, I play this league and I know that this is wrong. So I would try to fix this. Now, maybe the Bog could survive. But like 4 battle crit, it's definitely one too many. I am 100% sure of that. Now, as far as the Remains and the Cleansing Wildfires, I think I would need to play a little bit more with the deck and like understand a little bit more of what are the good things, you know, what are the good matchups, what are the things that we thrive with and what are the things that we struggle with. And once we have access to that, maybe we can start considering another thing, considering other options Yeah, Growth Spiral is an option. Explore, just like straight up Explore, may even be better. So like cards like that, even stuff like Search for Tomorrow, like we could be playing more basics and we could be playing stuff like Search for Tomorrow or Steve, just like normal Scapeshift does. Because having like, we found ourselves in situations where we were missing land drops so many times, and like those cards just don't require you to hit your land drop. Steve and Search for Tomorrow just hit your land drop for you, so that definitely is a big deal. The thing is that I don't know how those like I remember like the first times with Steve in Titanfire, right, and how that kind of clashed a little bit with Elvish Reclaimer, so that is another thing to take into account. I think Explorer could be pretty solid though. Remand has felt very bad, so like this was the card that I cut the most because it was just bad against all of the aggressive decks that we faced today. Wildfire is there because of the combo with Flagstones, but that's kind of the point that I'm trying to make, where like maybe we should just be playing Explorer and we should be ramping more reliably. So, I mean, it is kind of a sideboard card against Tron that we get to play in the main deck, so that's the nice thing about it. But like, is it really worth it? As far as the sideboard goes, it seems a little bit all over the place. I think that Vanishing Verse is just bad. Like, our Black Splash is basically inexistent, and I feel like having a 2 mana, like, this is just asking for disaster. Like, this is just asking to get really lucky and finding your black source early in the game. And More Ego is a lot more defensible in that sense, because like when you're trying to bring this in against decks like Tron or the combo decks where you can just hit them with the ego and just be done with it. But Vanishing Burst just it's just a removal spell, right? Like, why are we not playing a different removal spell that kind of covers things different, and maybe is not as efficient, or maybe it's not as fast, but it may be more castable. So I think Vanishing Burst is just a little bit too cute. Rip Apart is just okay. Like, it's kind of medium. Like, it was fine. The second cigar that just feels like it's overdoing it a little bit. And Triple Veil of Summer is... I'm not sure if this is what I want to be doing. It felt good though. So maybe the Triple Veil of Summer is just fine, but like that definitely gives us room for 3 more cards. And amongst those, we could do... What would I want to play? Ideally, I want to play stuff that works with Bring to Light, right? So we kind of have that little synergy going on, and we have access to our little toolbox. So an answer to opposing Teferi's could be interesting. Maybe even stuff like Mystical Dispute I would consider, or Aether Gust. Before the new set, this was playing Eliminates in the sideboard. Again, like, it seems a little bit too narrow. Like, you're playing a black removal spell in a deck against the aggressive decks, in a deck that has 2 actual removal spells, right? And you cannot get Savai Triumph with your Misty Rainforest even. So this list was only playing 3. It was only playing 3 Windswept Heats. So you have like 4 Misties, 3 Heats to get Overgrown Tomb, and you have like only 3 Heats to get Savai Triumph. It's a little bit sketch. It's a little bit sketch, to say the least. Yeah, Paths, extra lightning bolts are fine. I would even take Celestial Purges. Does Valky count as removal? Yeah, I guess. Kind of is removal. 7-mana removal spell, no big. Even Celestial Purge is interesting. Yeah, no. I mean, the white is just naturally the color that we want our cyber cards to be because of Flagstones. So white is obviously a lot easier for us to achieve than... Like, it's probably a lot easier for us to cast Sigarda on time than it is for us to cast, like, Vanishing Verse on time. So I think I would go with at least one Purge, probably two. And the last sideboard card, lots of options. Also, I feel like I won the Misty, but I'm not sure that I won the Windswept Heath. Maybe I could play a different land. How good is Jegantha? It's okay. Like, it's a fine card. But like, the list was playing 2, and 2 was just felt like it maybe just one too many. Maybe another Anger against like, because we did cut the Bojuka Bog. Maybe we could play the ball in the sideboard. I wouldn't be opposed to something like this, for example. I wouldn't be opposed to something like this. Yeah, Guile is okay, but again, it has the same issue. Like, I don't want to be fetching for black sources. I don't want to be fetching for black sources and like damaging my basically hitting myself a bunch against Dredge, right? I don't feel too much those 2 Purges. They answer all of the prowess threats. They answer Death Shadow, Scourge, Lurrus, Liliana, Blood Moon. No, I'm really feeling the Purges, honestly. Purge is very, very good against for this kind of decks. Ashiok, exactly. Purge is just excellent for this kind of deck. Like, absolutely stellar. Yeah, that's even like for Vanishing Verse, like that's one of those things. It's just like it can't kill Ashiok, it cannot kill the Fairy Time Raveler. Like all of those cards that are super problematic for this kind of deck, Vanishing Verse just does not cover. Super weird. Super, super weird. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, so I did like this deck a lot though. I did like this deck a lot, so I'm probably going to be messing around with this deck a bit more. But I would definitely do so with this list. I would make these changes, and then I would try it again. But yeah, that's going to be it for me for this league. So I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And yeah, leave me a comment down below if you enjoyed the content. I'll see you there. Bye-bye.